Right, hello, hello, hello. Just let me know if you can hear me. Let me know what the sound levels are like. Just need to set this up. I'm actually quite surprised, touch wood, that things have gone very smoothly in the setting up this time. We have visual, we have sound. Oh, it's a minor miracle. Sound is fine. Marvellous news. Right. Couple of things before we dive into the stream. First of all, if you've been watching the LP, you'll know that this game is a little bit temperamental, prone to crashing. I'm just hoping that we have a smoothish stream. I don't mind if it crashes on an end turn phase, that's fine. If it crashes at the end of a battle, then we're going to be smashing something, especially if it's a battle where we have an epic victory. But yeah, I am in terms of the actual setup of this. Apparently, it's going to be a bit loud. A new feature of YouTube is that you don't have to set the bitrate and the resolution anymore. It's kind of automatically takes it from your OBS settings, and therefore, I'm not sure what the quality will be like, to be quite honest. And also, I have set it to ultra low latency mode, which means that you will only get probably a 2 to 3 second delay in terms of responding to comments and things, and me responding to your comments. So I've done it on purpose so that you can give me your advice without me having to wait 10 to 15 seconds to action it. What score was it? I didn't see the match. I forgot to check the result before I started the stream. I've been busy doing some other things today and did not follow the score. Please tell me it was good news from my perspective and not from yours. Or is it kicking off in the evening even? I don't know. Oh, it's on TV, isn't it? I'm sure it's on TV. Is it on at 5 or 5:30? Oh, it's on at 5:30. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. If I realised that, I wouldn't. I still would have streamed because these are rubbish at the moment. Is the sound all right? This game sound seems very loud in my earphones. It is 5:30. I thought, I've just bloody hellfire. I kind of don't want to watch it because Leeds are doing really badly at the moment, but I kind of do. All right. Anyway, forget about that. This will be far more entertaining than watching Leeds lose 3-0 to Brentford. As per usual, keep me up to date. Keep me up to date in the stream of the score, but only if it's good news. Otherwise, just completely ignore my requests. Prediction? I'm not going to give any predictions. No predictions. No predictions today. Right, I have a cup of coffee here because I've had a very long day. So I'm just going to just sip away. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. We've just started at a pivotal point in the campaign, and we have a new king. We have a new king. Our previous king bit the dust at the back end of last session, and we're going to introduce this session with a little bit of something different. I'll get to that in a moment. But for those of you that don't know, bloody hell, I'm going to get into the game actually itself because this is too loud. It's just too loud for me. I mean, it's great music, but it's just a bit loud, you know. Yeah, those of you that is this right? This is completely not right. Not the right save. Start again. That's a good start to affairs, isn't it? Hail the king! Long live the king! Which one? The new one? Long live the new king! May he be as awesome as his father was. Right, okay, we're up and running. There we go. We're here, look, this is where we left off last time. Okay, so before we start the session, yeah, I did try, for those of you that don't have access or are not signed up to my Discord server, I did try last night to edit the script files to make it that sorry, I'm just checking the connection issues here. Yeah, I did try to edit the script files, or I didn't. One long-time viewers and subscribers, Logic Man, he tried to assist me in altering the script file to make it that the characters and the game advances at 2 turns per year rather than 1 turn per year, because the characters are dying off a bit too quick for me. I like to build the character stories and things, and you know, if they live for only like 1 turn per year, it's just a little bit too quick. Anyway, we managed to do it, but only for new game saves. It's not save game compatible, which is rather unfortunate, very frustrating. And yeah, so we're stuck with 1 turn per year, which is what the game has been designed for anyway, the mod, in terms of the actual events and things, the timed events, and when you get the better troops. So it's not a bad thing really, but anyway, since there's so many people here, I mean, bloody hell, I'm inundated with people here, all here to give me advice, I'm sure, to tell me how to do things. But before we do start today's session proper, there is a little bit of a special feature. Alex here, one of the moderators, Alex Cousins, he's actually penned a very nice, fitting tribute / kind of eulogy for the former king, King Enrique, who popped his clogs after an epic victory, taking Cordoba from the Moors, the Moorish capital. Quite a pivotal moment. He died that same turn, and therefore something was obviously afoot after the battle. His entire bodyguard was hacked down, and we really were down to the bare bones. So we're going to read Alex's efforts as an introduction to today's stream, an introduction to the new king. So here we go. So King Enrique the Merciless of Portugal grimaced from the wound he had sustained in the last battle, as his horse cantered towards the slowly opening gates of Cordoba. The Iberian sun beamed hot upon his armour as he noticed the gash in the plate. A Moorish blade had torn right through it during the slaughtering of his bodyguards who had died due to the king not reacting fast enough to save them. Upon noticing the thick stream of red, he felt a rush of fear that he would not live to see the grand city he had worked so hard to acquire for the Portuguese Empire. Were he a younger man, like when he was first crowned, a large gash across his stomach would be a minor inconvenience, able to be healed in a year at most. Regrettably, however, King Enrique was now an old man, pushing 60 years of age. It dawned on the ancient king that he should look back on his achievements and perhaps even utter one final prayer to his God, in spite of not being the most pious man in the Catholic Church. He had started his journey in Oporto, a singular city, and from there had expanded his empire to 4 settlements: Lisbon, Seville, Silves, and even towards Murcia at no small financial cost to the king. He had suffered pneumonia, dreadful wounds, and even the desertion of his entire army. The mighty ancient king had lived through it all. Any challenge against insurmountable odds he had eventually overcome. His thoughts were disturbed as yet more crimson blood gushed from his wound. The gates of Cordoba were within his grasp. He just had to make it. Glancing behind him, he saw what was left of his army, either limping or stumbling with exhaustion towards the city. The battle he had faced had been hard won, with his force horrifically outnumbered, although once again only a minor inconvenience to the king. Clasping his hands together, he let out a prayer. Even if he was not to live past this day, he asked that he at least see Cordoba before he passed on into whatever life awaited him. He spurred his horse on as much as he could. The gates were mere minutes away. He just had to hold on. A rush of sadness fell over the king, however, as he realised that he would not be the one to drive the Moors from Iberia should he die this day. His thought was interrupted as he passed through the gates to Cordoba. King Enrique took a deep breath as he took in the surroundings of the beautiful city. There was no doubt in his mind that the events of the past few days had been his greatest achievement. His energy draining, he fell from his horse, the heavy plate clattering to the ground in a loud thud. Another wave of blood gushed from his wound, and his thoughts finally turned to Afonso, his son and heir. A smile came to his lips as he whispered with his final breath, "Afonso, my son, may you accomplish what I never could. May your blade wipe the Moors from this." And with that, King Enrique was no more. So thank you very much, Alex, for that. That was a very, very nice piece. A tribute, as you will, to the former king, and a way to bring us into the new era. Hear, hear. I'm tearing up here, I'm tearing up. Okay, so we're here. Now, as I was just... I knew I said this for a reason, about the trying to edit the files and get it to 2 turns per year. I had to test to see if it worked by advancing a few turns. And without giving you too much information away, I don't like to do this, but let's just say that the Moors are not quite as battered and bloody as we think. And we'll leave it at that. So we've got to be prepared here. We've got to be prepared. Right, we're off. We're off and running. So, yeah, it's low latency, ultra low latency. Feel free to give me your advice as and when you see something that needs to be done. And I need to do this before I forget. Yes, we are renaming Seville. I've been reliably informed that Seville is nowhere near here in real life, and this is more actually appropriately, and I don't know how to pronounce this, so you'll have to bear with me. Badajoz. And actually, Roman, if a family member takes control of this castle, they all get titles, Duke of this, Duke of that. Actually, they do get the title, and I don't know if it's what the official title is, but it's the something of Badajoz. That is the actual title in the game, so the game actually does recognise this as Badajoz somehow. Just they call it something else for the name of the settlement. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? So as we left off last time, we were here. So I'm just going to go through all the cities, all the positions, and get myself ready to see what's going on. Bit of an overview. Right, so in Oporto we have the current king, King Afonso, who is 41. He's got some decent authority, and he's relatively pious. Pious and proper and proud of it. So he's a little bit smidgen more pious than his father, who lost the faith after the farce with the Crusade. He's administratively minded, religiously proper. He's an intelligent man, relatively healthy, no pneumonia to speak of, and he's the current faction leader. So his first act, as King Lemon is pointing out, is to recruit some priests, because there's just too much Islam going on around here. Too much. We want the Moors out of our lands, and that includes their religion as well. So we are going to start with a bit of religious consolidation. So we're going to recruit a priest here in Oporto first of all, and also in Lisbon. All the churches are built to their utmost capacity, and therefore we will recruit a priest down here as well. Here in Silves there is an issue with public order, but that will be resolved shortly. We are recruiting a spy, that's a priority, but we will also recruit a priest after that. In Badajoz we shall recruit a priest. You're getting the theme here, folks. And in our newly conquered Cordoba, we're not wasting any time here. We shall recruit we will build a church first before we recruit anything. Church first, and then we shall recruit a priest. Yes. We shall merge the troops. Alright. So, Lisbon then. In Lisbon, we have Prince Vitor, who I believe was an adopted son of King Afonso. Sancho de Portugal is his proper son. These two were adoptees at a time when we needed family members. Felipe de Portugal, his brother, is coming of age soon. We will look forward to that.
Yes.
So, Lorenzo Portela, 17 years old. He is making his way here.
We can march no further.
Sitting in there. 2 peasants. I probably did this back into the last session, but it was so long ago I've completely forgot. I'm actually going to bring my ships down closer to the front lines here.
Yes, my lord.
Just so they can get a bit of an eyeball on the situation. This priest is going to head down to scout out some of the Moorish lands in Africa, but this spy here will then come across and camp up down here. This spy is nicely placed there. Cordoba. He is going into Cordoba
We cannot travel there.
to reinforce the city at a time of great need. Okay, so we're recruiting, we're reconstructing. Oh, I think we're done. I think we did everything at the back end of last session, didn't we? I think we did. Alright. So we've got a few dregs. A few dregs here. Some Moorish dregs. Some Moorish dregs. But all these dregs could come together and form a semi-decent army. So we've got to just be careful. Granada is there. Lightly defended, but we're in no position to take it. And of course Mercia, the king, spending quite a bit of coin on acquiring this by bribe, but we really are struggling in terms of public order, and it's highly likely that this is going to turn to open revolt and we're going to be left stranded. But we'll see what happens. Right, unfortunately I'm going to have to save it every single turn due to the crashing issue, so we'll do that at the end of every turn, and off we tootle! Fingers crossed, and let's react to whatever the Moors throw at us. Together we will drive them out. So we've got Moors just meandering around. There you go, there you see. Now we do have an Aragonese army right there, and they are at open war with the Moors, so they could provide some support if we need it. The Leonese, they brokered a truce with the Moors, rather frustratingly, because they could have been a great help, but they've kind of chickened out. A treatise on religion. Very good. Rioting in Mercia, it's still in our hands for now, but wow, it really is. There is literally no delay at all. I'm just looking on my screen what's happening, and it's literally a second behind what you're seeing live. This is proper live stuff, man. Right, we need to continue to try and get public order here. It could be a waste of money if it revolts, but we need to try, and I think a town hall is probably the best building for public order at this moment in time, so we shall fund a town hall. Right. Oh no, the Aragonese have done a bit of a moonlight flit. Captain Toribio, he has abandoned us and left us hanging here with Moorish men in our lands. Right, that's a bit of a bugbear, but we'll see. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. We have our new agent, Matias Pacheco, the spy who's relatively poor, but we'll let him off. He's a new recruit. He shall come here, and then he shall come here, and he shall keep an eye on the Moors
as you wish
in their own lands. So now, for the first time, we have an eyeball on some of their
yes.
African lands here. I think that's as far as I want to take him. The ships can't block the strait. I tried that once before and it didn't work, which was rather frustrating. Plus there's pirate ships
You will
here,
have to fight us for this water.
and these are pretty tough. But as I said, look at this. The Moors are not bloodied quite as much as I'd hoped. They're still a threat, and we need to be very careful. For now, our biggest priority is ensuring that they don't take back Cordoba, especially after King Enrique has worked so hard to capture it. I think you'll all agree. Apparently, relations with the Papal States have improved. It's a minor miracle. Ah, our new pious king, pleasing the Pope with recruitment of priests and churches. Yes, we are shifting towards a more religious place here in Portugal. What lovely music. Right, Pacheco here, he's got a few bits and bats, a couple of priests with piety. Right, I'm actually going to leave the priests in the settlements in this game because I don't know if it makes a difference, but if they turn into heathens, heretics, we're going to be screwed because heretics are a little bit difficult to kill, difficult to get rid of in this game, so we don't want to really have them meandering around. We're going to disband one unit of peasants, we don't need two. put them back into the populace, and we're going to take as many troops down as possible to Badajoz,
Onward.
because we need
Your will. March. Yes.
a standing force, really, to intercept any Moorish threats going this way. Hopefully, Cordoba,
Command me.
you're in my way.
Yes.
Move.
This is where we shall meet the enemy.
Okay, so he's going to plot up in Cordoba.
The enemy are beaten.
If we can get some numbers in here, they'd have to send it their army against the walls, which would which would be a welcome sight for me, because that gives us a bit of an advantage. Papal, papal. I've always pronounced it papal. Maybe it's my contempt for such people, for the Pope, for many, many years of struggle across numerous games. We've never got on, so I mispronounced it on purpose.
We continue tomorrow.
Okay, what else are we doing here? End of turn report. We've got green across the board. Okay. So we need to keep recruiting troops, I think is the order of business here. Look at that! One touched with religious fervour. Couple of priests recruited at a church, and the piety increases. He is turning into a religious busybody, isn't he? His father would not be happy. Or maybe he would, I don't know. Let's check out the religious state of this town, of this castle. 94% Catholicism, overall 94% Catholicism is very good, we like that. Actually 97, so that's good, we like that. A shining beacon for our here little kingdom. A shining beacon, an example to be followed. We have Prince Vitor, the faction heir, overseeing here, and he shall recruit some Austrian militia and then send them across, post haste, of course, to Badajoz. And we have our priest here. We have a bishop, in fact. So we have one bishop. Let's have a look at this guy. We have one bishop. Ooh, bishops all round. Very good. And what's happening here? Not a right lot. So we can't build anything. We don't need to build anything. We can't recruit anybody. We are retraining where we can. So we're in a little bit of limbo here. Just have to keep working. Let's have a look at Lisbon's religion. Ooh, it's getting up there. 90% Catholic here. That's not bad. Not bad. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. Down here in Silves, however, I think there's a bit more work to be done. Only 46% Catholic. In fact, it's more Islam than it is Catholic. Definitely a cause for concern for our newly pious king here. So yeah, the quicker we get this priest, the better. I think you'll agree. And it's currently upgrading. Public order's an issue there. I don't know about Badajoz. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at the religion here. It is 56%, so it is a slight majority of the share, but still work to be done here as well. We are getting a priest, of course, but that's going the right way. It's going the right way.
Yes.
Cordoba, still constructing our church. No, ooh, we can recruit war galleys from here. Yeah, give me one of them bad boys. We need more ships, in fact. I think we need more ships. We want military, we want naval dominance here. So that when we do drive the Moors out, we can patrol and ensure that they don't do any kind of Normandy-style beach landings. It would be very annoying. And finally, Mercia. Done and dusted, right? Done and dusted. It needs a repair. Somebody said that. Repair the building. Town hall, very good. Right, have I missed anything? Have I missed anything, folks? Seeing as it's, you know, limited delay, I can ask you these questions without slowing things down too much. Everything okay? Any suggestions so far? I mean, look at this, quite scary gathering of forces here. Recruit in Mercia and moves priests down. Recruit in Mercia. Where's Mercia? I can't recruit in Mercia. I can recruit a bow. I can make a bow. I can recruit a priest. I can recruit a priest. Very good. We have our church constructed, so we can put a priest in in Mercia. 35% though, it's looking grim. It's looking grim. Move priests. Move priests down. Oh, that's true. Since Mercia's going to be out of the game, we could move the priests where they're required, couldn't we? That's a good idea. Yes. Small garrison in Mercia. Yes, we can't recruit in Mercia just yet. Okay, I think... Oh, we did have a diplomat. Where's that diplomat gone? He's here. Daimyo Pava. I wonder if the Moors would have a ceasefire now. I mean, I'm probably... Oh, look at that. Very demanding. How about trade rights as well? No? No? Cocky. They're getting a bit cocky. I think before we took Cordoba, or whilst we were besieging, one of the times I think I recall that they would have accepted a ceasefire as a very generous offer, but I think now the king lost obviously a lot of men in the fight for Cordoba, and I think that's just swung it in their favour a little bit, and now they're not interested, which is fine. The more the priest converts, the higher the piety, the less they bless. Okay, yeah. Give the priest something to do and they'll increase their skill levels. Right, I think we're done for this turn. Yes, we are. Sicily! I'll be
My lord, the enemy lays siege. What shall we do?
Wait a second, am I seeing this right? Am I seeing this right? A fellow Catholic nation who we have had no contact with ever have just laid siege to Mercia. What in the flipping hell is going on here? Did not see that one coming. Holy flipping smokes. Oh, whoa, where's he going? Well, he's going down towards Granada. I think he's leaving us alone. Oh, things are kicking off already. Things are kicking off here. Sicily, what are you doing? Where's the Pope? We need to send diplomats to the Pope and tell him what... excommunicate these heathens. Alright. The King of Hungary is dead. Long live the King of Hungary. The Council of Troyes. Papal approval for the Templars and is resulting in many new recruits joining the order. We could do with them coming here and let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. Where's Sicily on the old... Oh, look at that. Kingdom of Sicily's faith inspires His Holiness. I'm seeing what's happening here. This is like the King Ambrose situation when England had a monopoly on the College of Cardinals. If I remember rightly, Sicily have had a monopoly on the college for quite some time. They've got 4 cardinals, bishops, whatever you want to call them in here. They've got a Sicilian pope. Therefore, they think that they can just wage war on fellow Catholics without fear or favour because their pope is on their side. Look at that. I'm seeing it now. That's exactly what's happening here. Cocky little bleeders. He's not going to excommunicate his own people, surely. We're screwed here. We are screwed. I mean, actually, we're not screwed. It's a very small force, and whilst they're besieging us, the town won't revolt. Is that right? So they might be helping our public order increase here without fear of us losing the settlement through revolt. They might be able to take it, to be fair. We could call a crusade. No, I don't think so. They're not excommunicated, are they? Okay, well, we'll just have to see what happens there. Have they got anything to do with the Moors? No, they're enemies with the Moors. Why are you doing this? It makes no sense, you imbeciles. Oh yeah, that's a smack in the face. Relations improve with the Papal States. Yeah, I'm sure it has. Yeah, you just roll over and let our people take Mercia, and we shall be forever blessing you, my child. Right, diplomatic information. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on that situation. Let's keep an eye. Take some peasants to garrison Mercia. Mercia's screwed, Alex. Mercia is gone to the dogs. Mercia has gone to the dogs. It's under siege. I don't think any amount of peasants are going to help us now. Ooh, new family members. There you go. I told you, didn't I? There you go, Roman. There's one for you. Duke of Badajoz. Told you. He's the Duke. So the game does recognise its correct name. but it just didn't have it as the name of the settlement. Yeah, I agree. It's Mercia is better off in the hands of the Sicilians than at least the Moors. I mean, their homelands are miles away. This is probably like a token force. We can always take this back as and when we are more stable. It's not a problem. Plus, of course, it's another faction that are at war with the Moors as well. So yeah, it's not the worst thing to happen. It's not the worst thing to happen. It's not ideal, but it's not the worst thing. Okay, so let's keep on expanding. The important thing is not to rest on our laurels. The Moors can probably recruit us, and they've got better facilities than we have, so we've got to keep pace, and we've got to strike them down as much as possible. So we have some news in terms of the family. Here we go, look at that. The Kings. Oh. Now, I did tell you right at the start about the fact that I advanced some turns to try and test the script that we were trying to alter. And when this kid came of age the first time around, he had 5 command. He's now got none, which is rather unfortunate. Anyway, he is the late king's youngest son, the brother of the current king. It's Philippe. Here he is, 14 years old. Let's have a look at his traits. He's military-minded, though. That's good. Virile. Oh yeah, he can breed like a rabbit. He's a night fighter. This is also pretty useful because this could be used to negate reinforcements of enemy armies. If none of their generals are night fighters, we can negate reinforcements. That's pretty useful. So we gotta send him somewhere. We can't change the line of succession. We can't do it without the mod, I don't think. No, I don't think we can. There was a mod that you could do it. Yeah, the mod placed like an heir title here that you could pass around between people, but I don't have that mod installed, unfortunately. Okay, so we need to take the new family member, Philippe de Portugal. We need to take him. He's got fairly good loyalty to his brother, which is nice to see. But he's not very religious. But he needs to go somewhere. So where should we take him? There's 2 candidates really. There's Cordoba, right on the front lines. He's a military-minded man, a chance to prove himself, young, could make a name for himself. Or to Silvers, which is no offence, but a rather tin pot town at the moment. Where should we take him? Silvers or Cordoba?
Command me, my
oh,
lord.
Look at this. Is this in addition to that large stack army that went down here? I think it is. It's pretty frightening how many men the Moors really do have. We are in big trouble here. Cordoba. People are saying Cordoba here. Take him to the front lines. It is a baptism of fire. Push. We're going to struggle. We're going to struggle to take them. If we can get him down, in fact, this is the plan here. This is the plan.
Orders?
Technically speaking, we should ask for military access to go romping through lands here. So I think we'll take him around this way. We'll take him to here first. So he's coming.
Yes.
So Philip de Portugal is coming on his own, riding through the glen with his merry men. Robin Hood, Robin Hood. And he's going to go down to Cordoba. When he gets there, we're going to recruit as many men as we can from across the realm, take them down to Cordoba as well, reinforce here, have a big standing army in Cordoba, and then we shall assess whether or not we're going to push to Granada. Where the hell did the army of the Aragonese go? They had a full stack down here. They could have taken Granada should they have wished to do so. Have they plotted?
Well met there, brother.
Yeah, they've gone on the ships. What are they doing? They're fleeing like cowards. Yeah, there are troops in here, but the reason why I'm keeping them here is because I am unsure which way their armies are going to go. I mean, if they suddenly turn that way, we could, this force here is going to intercept. So I think we need some troops here. I know they're not doing anything now, but we could do with them in there, I think. Right. So we are recruiting troops in Porto, and these troops will be sent down to Badajoz. Lisbon here,
Your Majesty.
we still continue to just keep feeding troops in as much as we can. I'm going to actually get another diplomat to replace Daimyo Pava, who is on his last legs. He is cracking on now, he's 62. I mean, he's a very good diplomat. He turned out to be pretty useful. Influence of 7. We need a replacement just in case we need some ceasefires or something. We could do with another diplomat. You know what I mean? So he's gonna right. We have got some building work here that needs to be done. In spy assassin. We haven't got a functionality here. We do not have anywhere in our lands the ability to recruit assassins yet, do we? Oh, I'm seeing it now. We have assassin capabilities here. Bring forth the inn. We shall have assassins at some point. We're going to... Our population is going up quite nicely now. So I'm just going to put the tax rate up to normal. Just a smidgen. The new king has been, you know, just wants to reinforce the treasury a little bit. The old king was all about boosting the population to fund the recruitment of troops. Very nice idea, but right now, a little bit of extra coin wouldn't go amiss. Alright. I think we have priests. There. Priest is now down here, yes, priest is now down there. Still expanding. The public order situation has now been rectified, it's now yellow face. Right here, let's have a look what we can recruit now. We can recruit javelin men. Okay. And we're just going to see if we can get any mercenary units. No. It's unfortunate. Okay, back in he goes. Can you get any? Can you get any? No. Alright. It's worth a look. Cordoba. Right, so we're recruiting some more town watch there. And now we can recruit our priest as well, because we have constructed the church. Now the mines would be nice, extra coin and all that, but there is still functionality to upgrade our church and our pious king. That's his current line of thinking. It's all about the religion. All about the religion. So a church there, and this place needs it. It needs it big style. Ooh. It's an interesting concept. A very interesting concept. Prince Vitor the Lazy. Did I miss that? Did I miss that? Oh yeah, the lazy. He's just sat there chilling out. Too comfortable. He's too accustomed to having others do things for him. Yes. This is our future king here, guys. This does not bode well, potentially. He's a very loyal man. Of course he is. He's in Lisbon chilling out. Lord High Chancellor has the king's eye. He's loving life. Whereas the true-born son of Portugal here is being sent at age 14 to the front lines to do some real work. Send him to the front lines. Oh dear. No, his fate is sealed. He is chilling out. The king is happy. I don't know why the king likes him so much. He's named him heir. He's letting him just live the life of Riley. There must be some special bond there that I'm unaware of. No, he's sending his younger brother, his young upstart brother, down to do the work. Okay, somebody came up with a very good idea, and I'm going to try it out. Giving Mercia to Sicily for some coin, and then maybe a ceasefire after that. I don't think we're going to defend the place. We've only got one set of horses here. It's highly unlikely, so perhaps we could gift it to them and get a ceasefire. It's a bit of a risk, but extra coin in the coffers and a ceasefire. Sicily have the land, and they're also at war with the Moors. Wouldn't be a bad outcome. What bridge? Southwest. There. Yeah, that bridge here is a very good place. Keep it secure. Right, we're going to try this here.
Yes. We suspect you will waste our time.
We could bribe them away.
Yes, not.
Bribe them off us. In fact, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I hate it when I do that. I should have checked the public order situation in the city. I should have checked the public order situation in the city, because if the public order is above 65%, bribing these guys away would be great, because we could actually keep Mercia. Right. We can't back out of this, can we? We can't back out now. I've pressed the damn thing. So we're going to offer just to see.
The Honourable ask directly, as you have just done.
Okay, that is cheap. That is very cheap. To bribe their army away? I think we should do it. I mean, why give it to them willy-nilly? Why give it to them? That's very cheap. We've got to do it. It makes sense, doesn't it? It just completely, utterly makes sense. There's no point.
Yes?
Yes, mutually beneficial. Good old Paver, his parting blow is 60 odd. Probably going to pop his clogs very shortly. Good old 7 diplomat there. His final act. Crossing a bit of gold across the palm of this here captain, and they just disappear into the ether. Get a bit lost and goodbye.
This concludes our meeting, yes?
In fact, we actually get some urban spear militia, which would help with the public order situation. 70%. See, that's close to no more rebellion. Extra 5% public order, and we're back on the ball. We're back in the game. Things are looking not too shabby. We have a priest in there. Three piety. Bishop. Retrain the troops. Okay, things aren't looking too bad at all.
Greetings, my friend.
So we still have Mercia. We're clinging on for dear life. We're clinging on. So thank you very much. I think it was Tariq who suggested to bribe them. Well, not to bribe them, to actually try and give them the city. But it just turns out that we've had a slight slice of good fortune instead. We've bribed them away. Right. So let me just check my bearings here. So I think we're done in terms of build. Everywhere is building. Oh no, Badajoz isn't building, but it doesn't need to build. Aha! We can retrain the troops. Right, I'm just going to quickly whistle stop tour through the lands here. Just make sure that I've not missed any possible recruitment of troops, any building work. The Duke of Badajoz, Cordoba. That's fine. We can retrain troops. We can retrain troops. Come on, quick. Forward march. Recruit, Mercia, Lisbon. Okay. And that's good. That's very good. Okay. So yeah, if I wasn't mistaken, I saw a large army led by a family member walk past Cordoba and down that way. It's now disappeared from our line of sight, so it's either gone up this way, or it's hanging around here where we can't see. Low Papyrus is a pretty good spy, so I'm surprised he can't see them unless they're plotted up in an ambush position. So I'm just gonna scout. Not too far. They don't appear to be up this way, so we're gonna go back this way. Oh, it's there. Look, he's there. Right, so they have stacks there. What's that? 1, 2. Okay, a few troops there. They have this family member here, half stack, half stacker. I mean, this place. If they go up that way, this place is actually going to be screwed royally. But to at least it diverts their attention away from here for now, giving us a chance to rebolster. So they've got that there. They've got this here. A few dregs floating around. They've got at least a stack and a half of troops in this vicinity. It's pretty touch and go at the moment. Touch and go. So we're doing all we can. We really are. So it's end turn time, and I'm just gonna once again open the floor to my advisors. So what we all saying here? Call a crusade. Against who? Against them? Do we have a crusade against the Moors? Granada. Ooh. Shall we call a crusade against Granada? Do you reckon? We've got quite high standing with this current Pope, despite the fact that their own faction just tried to take mercy from us. But do we think we should do it? Should we try it? I don't think the settlement will be worthy enough. I think it'll get the same message as before, whereas it's not a valid settlement. It's not an Alexandria, is it? You know, it's not a Baghdad. It's a little Granada. But I think we need to try. We need to divert attention towards the Moors, and a crusade against them would be good. They have besmirched Catholic name for so many years, launching attacks against Aragon, against us. They need to suffer. Popey, come on. The new king is building churches in your name. Come on. Oh! Wait a second. I think we've got action. I think we've got action. The Pope agrees that this settlement is a worthy crusade target. I take it all back against you, Popey. I take it all back. I thought Sicilian Pope was a nasty man. I've changed my mind. Good old... this is Afonso's doing. This is Afonso's doing. He has orchestrated this. His tenure has started. He's sucked up to the Pope. Pardon the phraseology, but it's worked wonders. Crusades called.
Preach peace, but when it is Christendom itself that is threatened,
Oh!
then it is every Christian's duty to defend all that is
We'll
holy.
listen to this in its
His
entirety.
Holiness the Pope has called a crusade to reclaim the Holy Lands from the infidel, who would deny Christian pilgrims their right to visit the holy places. It is time for the armies of Christendom to put aside their differences and unite under one banner, the sign of the cross, and give back God's children what is rightfully theirs, or die trying.
Oh yes, we have it. We have it. The crusade has called. The crusade is called. Beautiful. Right, we need to orchestrate this to perfection here. The goal of this crusade is not simply just to take Granada. The goal of this crusade is to eliminate the Moors as much as we can. So I'm thinking that we don't join the crusade straight away. Just bear with me, folks. I think we should allow some of the other Catholic factions, the Leonese, the Aragonese, our neighbours, maybe even the French, just to come down and maybe just deal a little bit of pain first. So I think we need to, and plus, if we join the crusade, we have to move towards our target, otherwise we're going to suffer a desertion again. So I think we need to join at the right time. So I believe that we should just see what happens in terms of the other factions first, let them maybe weaken the enemy for us. So we'll have our troops ready. We'll maybe bring a force down somewhere in this vicinity, ready and waiting, and then join the crusade when the time is ready. Oh, that's a good point. Are we actually already... No, we don't have a crusading army. No, we don't have a crusading army. We are part of the crusade, technically, but I think, but we don't actually have an army that's joined the crusade. Is that right? None of our armies have Right. Let me just check this out here. So soon enough, the Moors are going to be at war with a whole host of Catholic factions. So this is going to be absolutely beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. Okay.
Orders?
So people are pouring in with their advice here. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. So I think the leading crusader here is going to be Philippe. I think this is the man for the job. As King Lemon has said, if he becomes a crusader and actually takes the target, he'll get a load of chivalry, a load of command. He will become a very good general if he's a successful crusader. So I think this is a man for the job. It'll raise his piety as well, which will be good for the king, because the king is a pious man. So we're giving it to the king's brother. Philippe de Portugal is going to be Philippe the Crusader, if things go well. We'll see what the Moors do. It's like a game of chess. Now the ball is very much in their court. Let's see how they scrabble like rats off a sinking ship now. A 14-year-old crusader. You're never too young to fight the good fight. Yeah, we just keep recruiting. We keep recruiting as much as we can, and I think we plot our crusading army. Oh, you can't see my mouse now because you can't use it. But literally, where that... Oh, look, they're running. They're going back to their... Yes, go! Like I just said, like rats off a sinking ship, they flee Spain. You know what's good for you clowns. Get out of here. You're not wanted anymore. Exciting times. I think King Afonso just pulled off a master stroke. His father would be proud. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I haven't played the new Total War games. I haven't played any of the what do you call the damn thing? Warhammer? What is that? Warhammer? But you can't beat this. This is classic Total War for me. This is just absolute classic stuff. Compared to the old, they're trying to be too complicated, I think, with the newest versions. Simple but effective. Okay, so we got to join the Crusade within 9 turns. So we don't have as much time as we want. So we also get 500 florins and an increase in reputation if we join the Crusade in 9 turns. So we'll join it within 9 turns. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. In fact, the fact that these guys have actually openly run off, if we can now take an army down and put a fortification here and completely block access, that would be pretty good now, wouldn't it? That would be pretty good. Because Granada is naked. All their men have just run. So I'm thinking, get a fortification up here and prevent any reinforcements from coming with a normal army, and then that crusading army will be free to take Granada without any sort of issues, without fear. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. So we've improved relations with Leon and the Papal States. The new king is working miracles. He's not a military man, but he's a smart man. He's pulling the strings from behind the scenes. His father went out and smashed things down with a great big hammer. Boof! Kicking down doors and like a bull in a china shop. And it worked. But this man's a bit of a thinker. A bit more wise is our Afonso. Just working the religion to his favour. And it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Okay, so Norway have joined the Crusade, the Holy Romans have joined the Crusade, the Kingdom of France has joined the Holy Crusade, the poor Moors are being ganged up on by Catholic factions. We like the sound of that. We certainly do. We certainly do. So we have a family... we have a family tragedy. Teresa de Portugal. Is that the late king's wife? Oh, it is. Oh, bless her. She was the matriarch of the family. We should have a very brief moment's silence to say goodbye to the founding mother. And there we go. Very brief silence, you know. She didn't go running off on horseback and slicing down enemies, did she? No offence. Aragon have joined the Crusade. Now, Aragon aren't too far away, so we've got to be a little bit careful that they don't get there first. Just a little bit careful. Right, so what we'll do first is we shall just... Oh, it's an interesting situation we find ourselves in here because...
Yes, Lord.
Because...
Where to, sire?
Just going to keep our eyes on the armies here.
Investigating.
Alright. So we need to come up with a plan. We need to come up with a plan here pretty swiftly. I don't think Cordoba's under threat right now. I really don't. I don't think there's any Moors behind our lines. Although I think having a spy up here would be pretty nice. Can we recruit... We've got a low... crossbow militia. We'll have them recruited first before we retrain. I could really do with a spy up here. I don't think there's any Moorish armies. They would be foolish to have armies behind our lines like that. But yeah, so I don't think Cordoba is under threat. So I believe that we should take the forces now out of here and some out of here and have them come down here and plot up their little fortification as soon as possible. I think that's what we need to do. And the man to do it will be this guy here, Lorenco, the Duke of Badajoz. I think he's a man for the job. I think he is a man that's going to come down and do this. So what we're going to do, let's get the bearings here. Let's get the bearings ready. We can recruit more. We will continue to recruit more. But I think we need to take a force of men with archers and the whole damn shebang's here. I think we need to start getting ready. So if we do that, like that, okay, that's almost half a stack, and then we just get a few more men, some more horses, some of those lovely javelins, some of these mercenary troops, and we go like that. It's not a full stack. It's not a full stack, but it at least give the enemy something to think about. Won't it? So if he comes down next turn, if he comes down here and puts a fortification here, well, they'll have to attack him to come through. And at least if he doesn't take them down, he'll at least severely weaken them. So I think that's a good plan. Yeah, watchtowers are certainly a must. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll just continue to look at this man, a natural-born leader, touched by religion. He's turning into a very good king, and he came to power in his age 40, and he's already getting up there. So with some pivotal acts, some pivotal moves. So we continue to recruit the troops, just keep pumping troops out at any and every opportunity, because it is vital that we have replacements in case any armies get attacked and decimated. Right, another church please. We will continue with the theme of religion, and that is our next priority. Speaking of religion, we'll keep checking now. 92% Catholic there, that's looking good. Silves was pretty low, but that's getting up there now, 45%. Badajoz is now 70%. And what about the old former capital of the old Moorish lands? It's 32, so okay, it's just slow and steady, it's fine. Okay, we just got to hope that there's no Moorish army going to attack Cordoba when we're not looking. Okay, so Badajoz needs to... No. That's fine, they're recruiting troops. Silves... Ballista, go on then, why not? Every little helps. And a church, and we're going to sweep across now quickly to Mercia, which now has a blue face. A blue face. It will construct a church next. It already has the bishop in there. Very good. And it can now also recruit some more men to garrison the town. So this is looking up. Slowly but surely we're winning this populace over, and it's already 52% Catholic due to previous occupation. So yes, slowly but surely Mercia is being brought into the fold, and it's looking less vulnerable. So that's very good. Yeah, I think Aragon may reach it soon. They had a set of ships, didn't they? Actually, and also crusading armies get extra movement points. So if they send an army, they're only like 2 turns away. Do we think that we should...
Orders?
Do we think that we should take Philippe de Portugal?
Yes, Lord. Combining forces, my lord. Your will.
So we'll go... right, let me get my bearings here. I think we go for... 1, 2, 3... I wonder if we should join the Crusading army now with Philippe de Portugal. We can hire we can hire on the way, and that gives us extra movement points. I think you might be right. Okay, guys, should we join the Crusade now? I think that's the general consensus I'm getting here. Yes, I apologise. I've been very busy, Alex. I'm busy writing with my quill and ink pots. I'm sending edicts across the land. You know, I'm a very busy man. Join it now, people are saying. No time like the present. So Philippe de Portugal, the young 15-year-old as he is now, he's itching. He's ready. He's a knight fighter. He's a true-born son of the mighty Enriquez, and he is going to avenge his father's failed crusade attempts with a successful crusade of his own. We have too few units to join the crusade. Okay, well, we can rectify that situation. I hope. Very quickly. Now we can join? We have too few units. No! We don't have too few units, you morons! We have plenty. What are you talking about? Ridiculous men. Peasants? Just make the numbers up, quick! We still have too few! God damn it!
Command me.
Right,
Yes? Yes.
he can't go any further. Oh, he can't reach. Okay, it's gonna have to be next turn. He's gonna have to come down next turn and just take the last few dregs of Cordoba, leaving it undefended. But it doesn't matter, because if we blockade the land, we shouldn't worry about leaving our settlements undefended, because that is our point of defence. So we're gonna have to join next turn. He's too. We can't do it this turn. Block the bridge. Block the bridge. What bridge? What am I blocking? Put a single unit on a bridge. What bridge? This bridge here? What's happened? I don't know what's happened. What bridge am I blocking, Tariq? I don't know what you're saying. I think we're good. I think we're pretty much good to end the turn after this, unless I'm missing a trick. A bridge to stop Aragon from coming through. What bridge? Aragon are coming from this side. They don't need a bridge. Oh, this bridge here, you mean? But then they can come down this way. But just... Leon, you mean? Ah, right. Leon are coming from the north. They don't have a crusading army just yet. They've got plenty of troops, mind you, but they don't have a crusading army just yet. So I think... all the bridges. Block all the bridges! All of them! Crumble them down! No, I think we can't do anything else this turn. I think we're going to have to end the turn. I'm kind of apprehensive about doing it. I'm nervous. I'm a nervous man. We shouldn't be nervous. We should be happy. We've done very well. We should not be nervous. But I am. This is a pivotal moment. Two crusading armies won't work, because the target is Granada. If we send an army down here into their lands, they will suffer desertion because we're moving away from the target. That wouldn't work. Although temporarily... No, I don't think that's going to work. Right, we're going to end the turn. Last orders at the bar. Last orders. Have I missed anything? Is there anything that I've missed? Anything you want to say before I end the turn? I don't think I can do a great deal. We're just got to pray that they do not come back this way. We need them to stay here so that we can get that fortification built. Yeah, if we reach Granada first, we can actually lay siege to it, and because we got it under siege, we won't suffer desertion, I don't think. That could bring some other factions into play, potentially. But we probably don't even need their help. I don't think we're going to be able to. I don't think we're going to be able to recruit enough men to have 2 armies because there's only a limited amount of mercenaries you can hire. Anyway, I think we're going to end the turn here. We're going to end it. Right, fingers crossed, guys. The Moors maintain their line of thinking, which is to retreat away from Catholic factions. Retreat away, which will suit me just fine. Let's also hope that Aragon or Leon don't take Granada before we do. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yes, they're continuing their line of thinking, which is to retreat. Good guy, good, very good, that's it. Run away, you dog. No! Don't do it! No! What are you doing? Where did they come from?
The enemy have laid siege upon us.
Where the flipping hell did they come from? Did they spring out of the ground or something? They're well behind enemy lines. Completely and utterly well behind. What are they doing there? You must... Ooh, a 3-star man. He's 58. No, too old. We don't need your services. The Byzantine Empire is dead. The Emperor, sorry. The King of Jerusalem. Everybody's dying off here. The Moors have Valencia. Do they? They don't have Valencia, do they? Where's Valencia? Anyway, we're making the wind work. It's windy, yes, very good. It's a windy day. Who cares about wind? I'm bloody besieged here. Valencia Castle. It says allied here? Do they have this? Where's my... We need a spy up there, ASAP. It's a bit late now. Oh, do we have to do this every time? I mean, I know we've got a bit of coin, but the coffers are actually going down for the first time. Projected profit's only 1,000 per turn now. Somehow, some way, we're beginning to just not turn a positive anymore. Where's Aragon? Oh! No! 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 This is not supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen at all. This is not happening. This. Oh, okay, right. Change your plan. Change your plan. This guy is close enough to join the Crusade and make it to Granada in 1 turn, I think. So we're going to have to leave this man here. Philippe, you were too slow. You're too busy doing whatever you were doing. This man needs to join the Crusade now. He needs to join the Crusade now. Now! Now! And he needs to run to Granada. Now, if we hire these troops, does that lower our range of movement? Don't worry, I've got it under control. I've got it all under control. We're not going to be able to blockade the land down here now, but that's not even a priority. That's not a priority right now. Oh, shooting hellfire. Oh, this is now the he's gonna have. Oh my God, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. I'm not bothered about taking Granada, really. I mean, it was just an opportunity to get these guys out of Spain. They've already gone out of Spain. Hire them after you siege. Will we be able to hire them after... Okay, it's a good idea. Good idea. Hire them after we siege. Hire them after we siege. Yes, yes, yes. Fine. Fine. Right, okay. Mission success. Oh, we've got some coin and some high favour with the Pope. Lovely jubbly. Lovely, lovely. But things have just slightly altered our plans. In fact, I reckon he might have been able to reach, you know. I reckon he might have been able to reach. We could actually try.
Your will.
He doesn't have enough men though, does he? That was the problem. That was part of the issue. Right, he's coming into Cordoba.
Yes, Lord. Continue tomorrow, my lord.
For now.
We can march no further.
So he's now going to look after Cordoba for a second. Change of plan. Right, it won't reduce our movement points, so we'll get the troops here. Excellent. So we've got this. This is free upkeep now, right? This is free upkeep. Flipping flip flips. Lay siege with one general and then swap generals and armies. Reload and join sooner. No, that's not what we do around here, Alex. You know that. Look at this. His authority is now gone to 8. capable of making men willingly follow a cause to their demise. He's a mean leader. He's not mean. He's religious. He's a man of religion. How does that mean? Are we getting increase in piety? Not really. It's fine. Right, we'll get to the issue of the Crusade once we have just sorted out a few odds and ends. Soon to have assassins. Very good. We shall have a new Toby the Killer. Well, I'm telling you now, we shall have a new Toby the Killer. We have a diplomat at hand. We have Bras Osorio ready and waiting to serve the Portuguese Empire, as it soon will become known as, and he's going to run down to the Moors, ready to broker a ceasefire with them once we have pushed them out, possibly. Maybe we don't want to ceasefire with them. Maybe we don't want to ceasefire. Maybe we don't. Why should we ceasefire when we are winning? Interesting. Badajoz recruitment. Yes, we shall continue to recruit whilst we can. So we're still getting loads of recruit. Look at that, we have a load of men here, just sat here on their flipping laurels. Move your ass!
Lord, we march no further today, Lord.
We need troops on the front lines and you sit there? Doing nothing? Look at his loyalty. It's pretty immense, isn't it? Right, okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie, hokey pokey. You do the okie dokie, you spin around. That's what it's all about. We continue to build ships because we want a big navy. We want a big navy. We want a big navy. No ceasefire. No, we don't need a ceasefire. We don't need a ceasefire. But we need a diplomat to be able to bribe. Bribery is key, as we've seen. Bribery can help. It seems that the bribery works in Stainless Steel. It never used to work in the original game very well, but bribery seems to work here pretty well. So we need the functionality to be able to bribe an army or two. So he's going in there. They are recruiting units and ships, retraining, building a church which will please the Pope. Right then. Oh yes, sorry about this. Here we go again. Daimyo Paver, he's 64, he's still with us. He's still standing. He's still standing. Excuse me, Mr. Captain Hajjaj. Captain Hajjaj, would you care to live in the lap of luxury? Would you care to have many wives, or all the riches your heart desires? If you could only turn a blind eye to this settlement, which is beset by plague in a very horrible place, turn a blind eye and I shall cross your palm with gold. Oh, 13,000. Okay, it's a little bit more, and considering that we're not really turning a massive profit anymore, this is a little bit much. So what do we think, folks? What do we think? 13,000? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I think it is. I don't think we can afford to have the Moors on our eastern flank. I think we need... We could haggle, but I don't really want to risk it. Yeah, I think it's worth it. They'll just come back. But where are they getting these men from? Do they have Valencia and I'm not seeing it? And we get 4 units out of this as well. Yeah, where's it come from? That's the biggest question. Why has this army just sprung up out of nowhere? If they've got a source of unit producing capabilities that I'm unaware of, we need to seek it out. But I think in the meantime, I do think that we need to do this. Having them take this settlement after we've worked so hard to keep it and invested so much into it already, Valencia is under Aragonese control. I think if we sack... Oh my god, this is actually... This is not an easy decision, because the unknown factor is where does this army come from? Do they have a settlement that we can't see? In which case, as somebody said, this is a waste of money because they're just going to send more men down. Oh, it's a tough one. The new king is not a foolish man. Plus we've got a full stack army. We're taking another castle in Granada. I think we can take this settlement back from them anyway, personally. I think we can take this back. Plus there's a crusade going on, so if we hold the siege against Granada, the other crusading armies might take down this army en route. Yeah, I think it's not worth it. I think it's not worth it. I think there's too many different things that could go in our favour here, or there's also the unknown factor of a potential Moorish settlement that we can't see producing troops. So I think it's not worth it. That's not worth it.
A shame, but your caution is not unwise.
Exactly. The king is not an unwise man, my friend. Trust me on that one.
Discussions come to a close.
Right, we could do with sending a spy up here then, couldn't we, at some point, to see exactly... Once we take Granada, Granada will... this area will be under our control and in our sight, and Lopo Pires will be sent up here to see exactly who has control of this castle, because it's not certain who it is. Right. Righty. Our bishop can't spy out that place because he's currently... our diplomat can, though.
Very good, my
See? It is. It's Valencia. It's under Aragonese control. Where did that army come from? They've somehow snuck in somewhere. Anyway, forget that army. Load of crap. They could take Mercia. We'll take it back very shortly. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Granada needs to come into the hands of Portugal, and it shall. Now we need to go in stages here, because if there's any potential blockages, it's going to completely, utterly ruin our movement. So we're just going to go slowly but surely.
Yes.
One step at a time. Relations worsened with the Moorish Caliphate. What do we do? We've just trespassed into their lands. Here we go.
We will engage them honorably, my lord.
Oh, shooting lights and Holy Mother of God. I should have opened the gates with a spy. Can we lift the siege? If we lift the siege, guys, can I then reapply the siege? I think it makes no difference, because we're going to maintain the siege anyway, aren't we? Because we're trying to invite other people down here. We could just wait. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. We're going to auto-resolve it anyway, so it makes no difference at all to us what we do here, because we're maintaining the siege anyway.
My lord, we await your order to assault.
Hopefully they'll get the picture, and if we could, it'd be great if we could ask these people to do things like, you know, we've got this under control, guys. We've got this under control. You go up here and just take care of that little situation. That would be good for Catholic relations, wouldn't it? Yes, you should go up there. We can't tell them that, can we? It's a bloody bummer. Okay, so we've got this under control.
Lord.
So there we go. So then, we've got this army. So that's 4 men. We're gonna put them there. So that's 4. That's four men there. We've got some. Put them there. That's 5 men.
2 days' march ends.
That'll be potentially 6, 7, 8. So roughly around about 8 men down there.
Orders?
This guy needs to recruit some bloody mercenaries. Come on, man. Where's the mercenaries around here? This settlement is retraining at the moment. We need. Okay. We'll get a fortification down here at some point. It's just going to take a little bit longer, which is a massive shame, because it gives the Moors time to come back at us. But we can use the remnants of this army once it's taken Granada to U-turn back. After we've sorted this situation. Oh bloody hell! There's so many things to do. Okay. So what's somebody saying about Warhammer? You can set war targets and send your allied factions to attack. Yeah, something that would be very useful. That would be very good to be able to give your. Allies a war target. Okay. So I think we're done again. This turn is complete. I don't know what they're doing up there. Mother's meeting? Coffee morning? What a waste of troops. Let's have a look at our coffers. We're still making 1800 this turn, so it's not too bad. Ships
Yes, my lord.
coming down here. Lovely jubbly.
An order?
Are we ready? Are we ready to end the turn? I think we are. Anybody got a score update for the Leeds match? I'm figuring that because nobody's updated me that it's bad news, but I will ask anyway. It's almost half time surely now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Told you not to tell me if it was bad news. Oh, is that four losses in 5 matches? Jesus wept. After such a great start. I'm turning the stream off now. I'm ticked off. Okay. We're going to end the turn. We're going to end the turn. We've saved it. Everything is done. Every buildings are all on the go. Recruitment is done. The Crusading army is in place. Unfortunately, it's not the young Philippe. Although I'm thinking, folks. It could be 3-0. You're right. It could be 3-0. 1-0. There's always a chance. I'm thinking next turn, Philippe de Portugal will have enough men between his army and Cordoba's army to join the Crusade as well. Then we can swap generals, so that it still is Philippe that takes Granada. I'm liking it. That works for me. So he will still get his moment in glory. He will still get his moment in glory. Because we'll just swap generals. Interesting. A little bit of plotting and scheming. It's all about the glory, you see. Only the true bloods, descended directly from Enrique's line, deserve the glory. Not some upstart. Oh, here they come. They're coming back into our lands, I'm telling you. They're going to do a U-turn.
Here I shall stop then.
No, they're not. They're not. That's good. That's good. It still gives us more time. Still gives us more time. Doesn't matter, we can always lift the siege and then rejoin the siege on the same turn. The King of no, the King of England is dead. No, the Crusade grows. The Kingdom of Portugal have joined the Holy Crusade. We joined it a while ago, didn't we? Oh, look at that. Let's have a look at the Moors. Let's have a look at the Moors' enemies list. Oh, yes. You've managed to get yourself in a right royal pickle, haven't you? Yes, this is what happens when you screw with Portugal. The plots and schemes are strong with this one. They've been watching too many Games of Thrones, you see. We keep going, we keep building, we keep growing. Salvador Tellez is bold barterer. He is trading gold. He is trading gold down here. We're 482 florins a turn. By far, in all of my Total War, Medieval 2 Total War dealings, this is the most gold I've ever got out of a merchant. Oh, that is beautiful to see, and it's going to be very difficult now to actually to buy out, because he's got a decent amount of skills to go with it. We've got a couple of monks joining the old bishops. Very good. 3 bishopy there, and 3 bishopy there. It's an official title, bishopy. It is what you call a very. It's the level of skill of the bishop. Is how bishopy is he? He's a very bishopy bishop. Battle of the Jaws is ready to upgrade, and we're in the green across the board. Very nice, very nice. I could recruit more merchants. Mr. Gold. Is that what I called him? Mr. Gold in the last session, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold. 44,000 florins. Yeah, that's a nice round number, isn't it? Gold member. Gold finger. Right, let's keep moving. The king continues to expand his influence. We will continue to recruit men for the cause.
Orders.
Orders. What are you doing?
Your Majesty.
Right, we need to plot up. In fact, why are you there? Why are you there, sir? Captain Lubb? A blight on our society. For a very short moment, I thought they were blockading our port there. The man with the gold. Oh, the gold puns are strong here. Okay. We're one turn away from being able to hire an assassin, I think. Yes, one turn away from being able to hire an assassin. Ho ho ho! The assassin game will be on. We'll be... As soon as we get an assassin, we can start killing their imams off. Because these have been allowed to roam free in Portuguese lands for far too long. Far too long. Right, so he's coming down.
Yes.
He's already there.
My lord. Orders.
2 more men there.
Majesty.
And a set of horses, I think, should be also pretty decent.
Onward, Your Majesty.
So what we got? 1,
Command me. Command
2, 3, 4,
Your Majesty.
5, 6, 7, 8. So there's almost half a stack there.
Command me.
Change that. There we go. That's 9. So we've got 9 units converging there. We can go there.
Move out.
Right.
2 days' march ends.
Yes?
These guys can probably also join as well.
March. Your Majesty. Command me. Yes.
Okay, so
me.
yeah, so we're getting almost like a 3/4 stack there. Brentford just missed a penalty. Wow. That could have really put us to the sword, couldn't it? General change.
Orders? Yes, Lord.
General change.
Your will. Onward. Merging armies.
I am relieving you of your position, good sir. Oh no! Oh, wait a second, wait a second, guys.
Your orders.
He is the crusading general. He's not the crusading general. If this general leaves the crusading army, is that going to cause a problem, or will he take over the reins in the next turn? I think we should wait one more turn. Hit the crusade button on the other guy. Ah, good spot. Good spot. Right. I'm going to save this because these things have a habit of biting me in the backside. I mean, if I get it cocking up and it goes wrong, it shouldn't reload, I suppose. But we're going to join the crusade with him. And then he can then leave the crusade. Oh no, don't do it now, don't do it now. Do it next turn. So he's going to join the army here. And then he's going to leave the crusade. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. So the army is converging here. Lorenco Portella's army. He will now be responsible for having all these troops coming to join his position, and he will be responsible for blockading with a fortification the straits here, hopefully in the not too distant future.
Where to, sire?
Meanwhile, I think we can afford at this point to start taking our spies a little bit further afield, so we'll put him somewhere
Without a trace.
over there, keeping an eye completely on the Moorish lands down here. Okay. Because we've got this covered now. We're soon going to have a general down there, so we don't need eyes on the prize. Just to make sure, we're also going to put our ships in the straits, just in case it makes a difference. I don't think it does, but just in case, we're going to put the ships there as well. All right. So are we good to go here? Is everywhere recruiting that needs to recruit? Yeah, we've got men in there. That's there. No men can be recruited. Where's our diplomat?
An honor.
There he is. We could bribe this man to go away.
My sultan wishes
Just an
you
irk. It's just an irk. It's just an eyesore. That's all it is. It's just an eyesore.
Yes, my lord.
You know what?
You are
Go
lucky
away.
to
I don't
see
want
you
you
at
on
all.
my map.
The answer, I'm
Ooh.
afraid. Peace and farewell.
You see, he's not as skillful.
An honor.
He's not as skillful as old Paver, is he? That's half the problem. I mean, we tried. We tried. Oh, Padajos can upgrade. Yes. Good. Good spot, Alex. Good spot. Can upgrade. Anybody else can upgrade? No. No. Right, everywhere's building, everywhere's building, everywhere's building. Cordoba's not building. Cordoba's not building. Right. Oh, an abbey. Ooh. I mean, we could really do with money-making settlements now. Okay, and mines. We're not going to go too pious crazy, because we're going to successfully take the settlement down there, Granada, and that's going to boost our standing with the Pope. So we'll just hold off on the abbey. Funds are getting a little bit low now compared to what they used to be, so we're going to go for the mines. We're going to probably go for the paved roads to improve the trade, then we'll go for the abbey after that. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Spread the ships out. I think we need a few more ships before we spread them thin. I think we do. In fact, I think we are actually recruiting 2 more ships there. So I think that if we split them in half, maybe split them in half, so put another one of them into there, and we'll have two lots of ships, roving ship forces. Just making sure that the Moors don't get any ideas and try to land their troops behind our lines, which may have happened up here actually. It seemed a bit odd how they managed to get behind our lines. Okay. Normal tax rate? Yeah, normal tax rate. That seems to work. The king requesting that Mercia just ups the taxes slightly to support the war effort. Yes, and you as well? No, you're still a little bit too tetchy. Use them to spy on them. So how many in Cordoba is Catholic? We're getting up there. I think it's swinging. 45 to 55. It's still in the minority, but it's getting up there. It's swinging in our favour. Swinging in our favour. Mercia is no longer besieged. Oh, yes. What's happened there? Why is it no longer besieged? And if it's no longer besieged, where is that army that was besieging it? Are they coming down to support?
But my lord, I cannot go there. Investigating, as you wish.
Or has the has an Aragonese army taken it out? Where have they gone? Where have they gone? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I mean, it's the siege has been lifted, which is very nice. Right, we need dirt roads here. You know what? Slight change of plan. Slight change of plan. We just need a bit of accessibility here. Again, because of the Crusade, we're just holding back on the construction of the holy buildings for now, because we're expecting a nice little bunch. Anyway, to the matters at hand. Oh, here's the army. This is the army. This must have been the besieging army from up there. Is this the army that's come from up here, do you think? I think this might be the... because this wasn't there before, were they? I think they've lifted the siege and they've come down to try and save their sorry hides. Unfortunately, it's not going to wash. So the question is, do we now take Granada, or do we wait another turn? And the reason why I'm thinking of maybe waiting another turn is, once the Crusade is finished, will the Moors feel more confident coming back up towards our lands? Should we allow ourselves another turn just to gather our forces a bit closer to here? Or do we just take it now? Wait a turn, finish it. Couple more people saying we can afford to wait. We can afford to wait. We're in no rush.
Yes, Lord.
I think the men have got high morale. They've surrounded the castle. They're joyously dancing around in their full plate. You know, having a glorious time. The young prince. He's not the official prince, but he's a prince of course. He's a son of a king. He's there having a whale of a time, practicing the art of sieging. Just maybe being schooled in things and. Yes, we don't need to rush. We just need to perfect, just to make sure it goes smoothly. And still we can try to see if we can entice some more people to go to war with the Moors. The more the merrier. Like a rave. Free upkeep, of course. So it's the more the time that this army spends in the crusade, we are saving coin, which will allow us to put that into better use, such as building churches, maybe. Okay, so I think the general consensus is we have time on our hands. We don't have to take it now, so we'll just allow a bit more time to pass so we can gather our troops together and pitch up down here. Once we have our fortification in place and our ships spread out across the sea so that the Moors do not have any easy opportunities to get back into our southern Iberian lands, then we'll strike Granada, and that will signal probably the end of the stream and the eradication of the Moors from Iberia, thus fulfilling Enrique's vision. Wouldn't that be a fitting way to end things? They don't have siege equipment. No, they don't. They don't have siege. Okay, so we're going to save it, and then we are going to end the turn. Oh, it's been I don't know about you guys, but I have absolutely, thoroughly enjoyed myself today. Thoroughly enjoyed things. It's very nice when things go in your favour, it really is. It makes a big difference. When your back is against the wall, as it was for many, many turns, when we first started out against such a mighty faction, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. Ooh, where are you going, pal? Don't you start getting any foolish ideas. Don't worry, we don't need their help, Alex. We're not... Oh, yeah, let's let them all get sucked into this fight, because we can take them all down in one swoop. Jess, do you want to come and join the party? Come, let's go. Come. Join the crusade and let's get stuck in. In fact, go across down to Africa. Make yourself bloody useful. Yes, they should help. What is it with this old biddy situation? Sancho de Portugal is attracting nothing but decrepit men. I mean, she's not a spring chicken anymore. She's probably... Oh, the King of Aragon has bit the dust, and somebody's died, a great person who I care not about right now. Let's have a look at the family tree. Oh, look at this! His Holiness loves us. Ah, we love you too, old Popio. It makes a pleasant change in a Total War game for me to love you, but I love you, man. You have helped us to... She's 42. She's past childbearing age. Perhaps we should just have her marry an old man then. Yes, we'll get there. We'll get there, Cham. We'll get there. That is for another session, I think. We will engage religious warfare. Philippe de Portugal. You can recruit at Maceman. The more, the merrier. Yes, come into the fold. More men. Sancho is 8. Vito the lazy. He's still there, sat there. Unconcerned now. He's not only too comfortable, he's unconcerned. And we have assassin! Ah, yes, our first assassin is almost here. Let's see which scalps he shall take. Ooh, look at this. It's all kicking off. Aragon are at war with Sicily. I wonder if the Sicilians have attacked Aragon now, like they attacked us, the dogs. Yeah. Again, it's... The Pope is going to die soon. If the Pope dies, does that end the crusade? Because that's another potential threat here. If that's the case, I think we should just attack now before he pops his clogs. Oh, good, it doesn't. Well, we'll just keep on then. We'll just keep on keeping on. Churches and inns, and in fact, that reminds me. Shall we look at the old graph? Oh, look at that! We're almost on a par with the Moors. We are on the upward curve, whereas they are look, they're going up a little bit now, though. We're allowing them to recruit. We're allowing them to sort of recoup their forces in Africa. That's going to have to change very soon, I think. Let's have a look at the military ranking. So yeah, they're just beginning to start recruiting men by the looks of it in their homelands. We need to be careful of this, because they could launch a counter-attack. We shouldn't really be taking too much time over things. Production, well, we're doing very well in the production front, which is good to see. Territorially, we have more lands than them, and they are soon to lose one more, don't forget, so that will take them down to 4 lands. So they will have 4 lands in Africa, so we need to start taking the fight to their homelands after this, don't we? Financial ranking, we are better off than they are financially, which is good to see. And look at that, population-wise, pretty much split. So yeah, we really have turned the tide, haven't we? We really have. It's good stuff. In fact, should we have a look at whilst we're there, let's have a look at the old neighbouring factions, shall we? Neighbouring factions, there we go. So who's the best? Aragon and Leon are actually pretty good as well. We're all kind of in the same boat in terms of our overall strength. Similar sized powerhouses here. Something's got to give. You can't have 3 powerhouses in Iberia. At some point in the future, something has got to give. But that's another tale. Right. Jeanettes. We will recruit Jeanettes. And we will send them down, I think. Let me just get the troops. Let me get the troops merged here.
An honor to serve.
I don't know how.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not a full stack army, of course. Right, what we're going to do.
Yes, my lord. Breaking away from the fleet.
Just, who's this? Oh, Aragon, why are you blocking me in, you fools? I wanted to come past. Hey, by golly, by gosh.
Yes.
You know, what we'll do is we could use these to scout a bit further down, possibly. Don't want to go too close to their lands. I'm just gonna.
Yes, my lord. Plotting course now.
Should we blockade their port? Yeah.
We control access to these.
We're going to blockade their port, so it harm their economy. Yes. Yes, to stop their trade. We could have done it down here as well, possibly. Actually, no, it's only a fishing village. But Aragon have got us blocked in, rather unfortunately. Never mind. Okay, so he's on his way down. He can, of course... can you recruit? No, still can't recruit. But more men can be sent from the Crusading army once we have lifted... once we have taken down Granada. The remnants can join him. And then Philippe will reposition in Cordoba, the former capital, and all will be well with the world. All will be well. What was that film? Be Well. It had Keanu Reeves in it, didn't it? What was that film? What was that film? Some more spear militia to help garrison Murcia. Cordoba, some more men to help garrison our new powerhouse of a city. We can recruit more ships, but we will hold off for now. Right. I think the time is now, personally. I think the time is now. We've got our... wait a minute, there's still more building work to do. Sorry. Let me stop talking and let me concentrate. Let me concentrate on this matter at hand. We'll go for the leather tanner, I think, so we can get some decent quality troops down here. We won't go to high tax. I think normal tax is fine. About the jaws. Alright. Silvers. Oh, look at this. 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 What do we build down here? What? The port! We need more trade. More trade is good. We need more trade. We need more trade. Or we could go for an inn and we can have 2. I think we'll just stick with 1 for now. More trade is always beneficial. Beneficial. Mines are there and building. Right, I think we're done now. We're definitely done. What news? What's happening on the news? The time is now, I think, friends. I think the time is now. The siege equipment has been constructed and is ready to rock and roll. We have Aragon ready to assist us Rather unfortunately. Ooh! Here come Norway to join the celebrations. Yeah. They've come a long way down to help us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, we could just continue to wait a bit longer and have the Holy Romans come down, have the French come down, and have a right old time. But I think we need to take it now because we have other concerns. We have other concerns, and our concerns are to take the fight to the Moors in their homelands. We're allowing them time to replenish their troop force closer to home, thus making it more difficult for us to launch the attack when we are ready. So I think we need to act now. So I am going to take forth our young man, who is now 18 years old, Philippe de Portugal. Here he is in all his splendour. He's about to give an inspiring speech to his men, and he's about to take down Granada. Or do we wait one more turn just to get this guy into position? Nah, they ain't going to come back up this way. There's no chance in hell. There's no chance in hell that they're going to come up here. Is there? Nah, we're going to chance it. Do you know what? We're going to chance it. If they come up, we'll be ready to meet them in the field of battle. Here we go, guys!
An honor to serve.
An honor to serve.
God will be with us, men.
Assault! Oh, wait a minute! Save the game. Assault! Oh, look at that! Look at that! We've got. We could completely negate our own allies here. No, we won't do that. We won't do that. No chance. We're going to take down this castle. I'm going to auto-resolve it. I do apologise. I know we've had no battles this session. I do apologise, but I really can't face taking down a castle. We will end up losing more men than we do if we auto-resolve it. So I'm going to auto-resolve, take the epic victory, and we shall move on to far more worthy fights. He's all of a sudden got a command star. Right, let's enjoy spilling Moorish blood. We lost 34 men. They lost a fair few more. Good night and God bless you. And because it's a crusade, it's not a butchery. We're going to ransom.
Yes, you have honor, we see.
No, you know what? We're going to release. We're going to show mercy. Perhaps our Philippe de Portugal is a chivalrous man. He's going to gain a load of chivalry for this victory. He's going to add to that. We're going to show mercy. We're going to show mercy. Take him down!
We thank you for delivering us.
Yes!
Lands are yours, my lord.
Successful crusade! And we're going to occupy as well. We're not going to spill any blood. We're not going to cause any melodrama. This is a peaceful occupation done the right way. Occupy. Look at that. Right, where's Paver when you need him?
My lord.
Come down here, Paver, before you die. I want this man gone. He's annoying me.
Very good, my lord.
Crusade successful! Woohoo! Woohoo! Ha ha! What a glorious victory!
Your orders, noble one.
And with that, I think we have reached a rather fitting end point. We haven't quite got rid of the Moors out of our land because there's a slight issue here with Captain Lubb, who's hung around like a bad smell. But, or should we? And I think we should. I think we need one more turn to wrap things up yet, because then we'll all have our fort in place and we'll have bribed this army away, and then we can say we've got rid of the Moors. So I think we need to end the turn just once more. I think we do. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it. We're going to take a look first of all at the young whippersnapper king's stats, because he should have some chivalry. Not as much as I would have hoped, actually. Not as... Ooh, need to repair some of this stuff. Ooh, look at that. What do we need to build here, first of all? A chapel, of course. A chapel we need. We need a chapel. In fact, can we now move?
An honor to serve.
We can. We can. Right, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 more units from Granada to move down to the fortification. So we're going to take our strongest troops, which will be the Crusading heavy armoured knights, the macemen. We've got the javelinmen. We'll have the Crusader Knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And have we got enough archers in that army? I don't know, but we'll take some more. And what we'll do is we shall just relieve this man.
As my lord will, we march to battle.
Oh, that's not probably the best thing to do. We're probably going to lose a bit more men than I would have hoped there. Never mind.
God be praised. He has delivered us to victory.
That's probably not the greatest thing. We should have probably killed them with our entire force first, and then taken the force back inside, but never mind. It's not the end of the world.
Yes.
I don't know how far down to come to put this
My lord.
this fort.
Your orders,
I think round about here
My lord. Rest in peace.
should blockade it, right? I think round about there should blockade it. So, right. I don't know. We don't need all of these men in Granada. Cordoba is more fitting place to rest our weary heads. So we're going to actually disband the troops that are kind of low numbers, and we need 11 more in there, including this man. So one.
Noble lord.
I'm gonna merge the troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes.
6, 7,
Command me.
8,
Yes.
9, 10,
Orders. Command
11. We'll leave 2 watchmen in
me.
there.
Yes.
Ooh, they're not happy with that. They're not happy with that at all. Okay, fine.
Yes, lord.
You can have a set of town watch back.
Onward.
Still not happy.
Your orders,
More.
March.
Still not happy. Bloody hell,
Yes,
fire.
Lord.
A set of horses.
My lord. Noble lord.
A set of archers.
Move out.
Blueface, right, that'll do.
An honor to serve. Yes.
Everything is repairing. Yeah, it'll probably be fine. We can recruit troops in Cordoba anyway, eventually. Okay, so I think we are good to... oh,
My lord.
there we go. One more turn. We will do one more turn. We will go through the entire... we will go through every possible screen, and we will wrap up the session for 7 o'clock sharp. Let's have a look what the Moors do. Oh, they're continuing to retreat. We like the look of that. Wow. That army got wiped out by those rebels. Oh, look at this. Oh, we have a solution to this problem. We just have to find out what his name is. Toby would be nice. What is the Portuguese for Toby? Is there an equivalent? Or Miguel. Miguel the murderer. That'll do. Diplomatic information. All of a sudden, the Republic... Oh, these are allies. Oh, everybody's loving each other. The Catholic faith have drawn together because of the Crusade. We are all best buddies. We drove back the Moors out of Iberia. We should all rejoice. Yes, we should.
Your orders, noble one.
Right, so if I put my army here and build the fortification, that should prevent them from...
My Sultan wishes you dead.
I don't think that's working, guys. Is that working? He can walk round.
Waste words on you, infidel.
He can get past. Do I need to put it closer to the strait?
Noble lord.
Like there? cannot construct a watchtower here. Oh, for God's sake, man, I've just absolutely screwed that up.
Orders. Your Majesty. Onward.
Well, he can't get past now. It's not a fort,
Noble Lord.
but it's an army. Oh, flippin' hellfire. Messy. It's messy. I'm going to have to enter a turn again now.
Lord.
This is a mess.
Your orders?
You stupid fool. Well,
Full sails.
Where to, sire?
we can't. The fort will disappear. The fort will disappear next turn when there's no units in it. So that's not a problem.
Yes, Lord.
We can't. How close do we have to be to put a fort here? Or maybe we don't need. I want a fort because it gives us defensive advantage. Right. Flipping hell. Bloody hell. We'll keep going. 7 o'clock sharp, maybe not. Right. More recruitment. Still got around about 40,000, so that's looking good. So 2 more troops there and no building work. That's fine. Here we have building that. And we are recruiting there, and we have an assassin, and he's called Agostino Antunes, and he's not very good, which is to be expected.
Who has this?
But he has his first target in my. Okay, maybe he doesn't. 18%. That's not really his first. 29% is a little bit
Name
better.
the target. And it
He needs a
shall
bit of
be
training. He needs a bit of training, this guy. He needs a bit of training. 22. 22. I just clicked him by mistake.
Am I taking
It's
down
all
a
going wrong
person
here.
or a place?
We will kill him. We'll try at 29%.
The problem.
We'll
What
try-
is the
Cortez the killer. Cortez the killer, indeed.
Away with you, infidel.
Alright. So he's
Who is to disappear?
Agostino Antunes. He doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it? Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Right, so recruiting troops there. And we are constructing there. Badajoz, we are retraining the troops there. We are improving the state of the castle, and we will recruit some more men there as well. Alright. Here! Come forth, young whippersnapper. Come forth and do something. Yes. They are now on the blue face, which is fine. We will be converting this chapel. We will be oh, this is why. This is why there's a problem. 91% Islam. We need urgent assistance down here. Chapel, priest, Bedouin infantry. Oh, it's a new unit. And desert cavalry. Not bad. Seeing as they're new units, we will recruit them for a laugh. Okay, so normal tax rate. Yes, I'm back again, sorry about that. Don't know if you could hear in the background, a bit of a commotion going on, but thought it's best to mute it. It was interfering with my thinking. Okay, so we're getting a church in Mercia. Normal tax rate is fine, and we can recruit no more, but we have units in there, and I'm going to go with another diplomat just to have one up this side of the map as well, I think. So Mercia is sorted. We move down to Granada, as you've just seen. We're still waiting for the chapel to be built. Then we will recruit a priest. We are recruiting some new infantry here, utilising the Moorish infantry from Granada, Bedouin and Desert Cavalry. So we will have a relatively decent-sized force down here for emergencies, because emergencies do often crop up, as you well know. In Cordoba, the young Crusader, Philippe the Chivalrous, the Holy Crusader, the man who released, the only man to release Moors after a battle, has taken command of Cordoba and is no doubt going to be the man. I think that he is the man that is going to be responsible for leading the fight against the Moors in Africa. What do you think? I think so. So he's going to prepare himself. Crossbow militia? Why not? And we are constructing mines. The tax rate now can completely and utterly go up to normal, and we will retrain the troops here with better armour and stuff. After the mines, we're probably going to go for the abbey. Go for the first abbey across the land. So Cordoba is nice and settled. We have a diplomat who is going to just come down here. He shall, like in the days gone by of the past, I think it's time to start our little splinter cell, where we have a diplomat, where we have a couple of spies and a couple of assassins go down into the lands of the Moors to soften them up, bribe away an army or two, assassin a general or two, open a gate or two, and just make our conquering of the Moorish lands that little bit smoother. I think that's going to be the plan. Splinter cell time, I think. So he's down there. There was a bit of a kerfuffle with the old fortification situation. Lorenzo Portella, not a builder, as you can see. Apparently he is an active builder. I read that wrong. He is an active builder, and he's apparently intelligent, but he couldn't figure out where to put this fortification. Maybe he's a perfectionist. I don't know. But next turn we shall have that sorted, and he has pretty much a full stack army to defend against Moorish incursion. We have a couple of ship units just patrol. Well, one's blockading, one is patrolling.
Yes.
Just making sure the Moors don't land behind our lines. Now we can see here, and we can see here, and we can see there. We know they have 4 lands, so I'm assuming they must have something further afield this way. So we might just have to ensure that we get some ships, possibly from Mercer's Port, recruited and sent down here just to scout out this point in Africa. Rather than talking about it, I'm just going to bloody well do it. So we'll have some scouting ships come down just to see if we can find out where the final Moorish settlement is. Okay, Badajoz. Their Duke is out protecting our lands, but in the meantime he has left an advisor in charge who is recruiting some more troops and is upgrading Silves, building a port. So we can now afford to put up to normal tax, which is also a nice little bonus. We don't need any more spies and things, so that is that for that. Lisbon, we are recruiting some more units there, and we are going for a leather tanner. And of course, the king himself is more men being recruited, and we have been waiting for this upgrade for some time, but it's still a little while away. So that is our work done in terms of our settlements, and as you can rightly see, my friends, King Afonso has done it. He came into power, I think, at age 40. He's now age 48. 8 years have passed, and he has done what his father set out to do. So we should all at least remember back to the start of the session with that lovely epilogue or eulogy of King Enrique's that was given to us by Alex, and just take a moment to reflect, because Afonso has done it. He's honoured his father, and he has masterminded the eradication of the Moors, save for their imams of course, from Iberia. Hopefully there's no other armies behind our lines, but yeah, he's done it. Afonso has sat back, yes. He's not the military-minded king his father was. He's a completely different kind of guy, but you got to admit, he's played some tactical nous. He's played the Pope. He got the Pope on our side and orchestrated the crusade against Granada. Stroke of genius. He's got the job done. There are different types of kings. There are ones that are hands-on and the ones that are hands-off. But you got to admit, I think Afonso has earned his place in the history books when we look back on Portugal's expansion. So there we have it, folks. Thank you for joining me. It's been 2 hours, just over, and I've had an absolute whale of a time, and we have really achieved quite the feat. And this is only the start of Stainless Steel Week. There will be another five or six updates over the next 6 or 7 days, where we will start to formulate our plans and maybe even carry them out, where we start to take the fight down to the moors. So I hope you will enjoy that. Thank you for coming, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Raise a glass, if you will, tonight to King Afonso. And I'm going to look forward also to chronicling the progress of this young man. I'm going to try and ensure that he is crafted, as long as nothing unfortunate befalls him. I'm hopefully going to try and ensure that he is going to be crafted as a memorable general. He won't be king, I don't think, but he's a true-born son of the former king, and I'm hoping he's going to go on to do some great things. So that's going to be fun to track his progress as well. So yes, thank you all, and good night.